Evening. Today is Monday, January the 11th. Today in geometry, we started chapter 6. We looked at section 6-1, which deals with angles in polynomials. So I will share my screen and show you a couple of things that we looked at. The first thing you need to know when you're looking at polynomials, the first formula that you have says the total number of degrees inside, let's say just internal degrees. Okay, the formula is n parentheses n minus 2 times 180. So if for a triangle, n equals 3, and the number of degrees, you know, is 180 for a triangle. For a quadrilateral, and a quadrilateral is a four-sided figure. Okay, so n equals 4. So the number of degrees is 2 times 180, which is 360. And then the next one up is a pentagon. Pentagon is n equals 5 sides. So the number of degrees is 3 times 180, 3 being 5 minus 2, so that's 540. So now the ones you need to know, you've got your triangle, you've got your quadrilateral, you have your pentagon, you have a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides, n equals 6. So the number of degrees for a hexagon is 6 minus 2, which is 4 times 180, which is 720. And the final one that you need to know is an octagon, which is n equals 8. And the number of degrees there is 6 times 180, which is, that's going to be 0, 6 and 8, 14. Okay, that's going to be 4 is 720, so 360 more would be 1080, right? Okay, put that in the wrong place. 4 times, yeah, there we go. So 6 times 180 equals 1080. Okay, 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, now, so those are the 5 you need to know: triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, octagon. The number of interior, the total number of degrees in the interior angles. Triangle is 180, quadrilateral 360, and so forth. Now, the neat thing about it is for all polygons, the number of degrees in the external angles is 360, regardless of the number of sides. Okay, so those are the 2 pieces of information you need to know. Now I can show you here a couple of types of problems. For instance, if I have a problem here, let's draw us a figure. So if I have a figure here, I can find my, okay, here we go. We're going to draw a figure here. We'll come across like this. And then we'll come down like this. And then we'll come across like this. So these two corners down here, this one is right angle. And this one up here is a right angle. And then if I come over here to my draw, so this one here is 3x. So this is 3x. And this is x. Now, since this is a four-sided polygon, I know that the four-sided polygon has a total of 360 degrees in it. So if I come up here to my text and I draw, I basically say, okay, I've got my 3x angle, and I've got my plus x angle, and then I've got my plus twice 90, which is 180, and all that because it's a four-sided polygon. The total number of degrees is 360, not 380. Okay, so then I get 4x is equal to 360 minus 180, which is 180. So therefore I get x is equal to 45. So I can come in here now and I can say, okay, 3x is equal to 45 times 3 is 135. So this angle is 135. And then this angle down here is 45. Like that, okay? Now that is the type of problem you can have when you're looking at the internal angles. So I'll clear all of this and I can show you what happens with the external angles. We have another type of problem. So let's go ahead now. If you need to pause this and look at it, you can do that. And once you get finished, go ahead. I'm going to erase this. I'll keep the other pieces of information up there and see what I've got here. We're gonna do the external angle. So that's 360. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a picture here for an external angle. So I can draw, I can find where my cursor is here. Okay. So I'll draw this angle here. And then I'll draw, now when you're looking at drawing angles like this, remember your external angles you create external angles by extending the side. So what we're doing here is we're creating a pentagon. As you notice, see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the exterior angle, so now what I have here is, I'm going to go ahead and put in, so this angle right here is 5x. This angle up here is 2x minus 5. This angle here is 3x plus 10. 3x plus 10. Okay, this angle down here is 6x minus 5. And this angle over here is 2x. Now, remember, these are exterior angles, and because they're exterior angles, they will add to 360. So if I just go around, I can start with 5x, and I can go around and I can get the 2x minus 5. I can add to that the 3x plus 10. And I can add to that the 6x minus 5. And I can add to that the 2x. Okay, so let's say I've got the 5x, got the 2x minus 5, 3x plus 10, 6x plus 2x, and I can set that equal to 360 because it's always 360. So if I add my x's up, I get 5, 7, 10, 16, 18. So I get 18x. And if you look at my numbers, I get a minus 5 plus 10. So that cancels. So I get 18x equals 360. So therefore, if I divide by 360, I get x is equal to 20. So that's the type you have. You have the first type I showed you, which deals with the internal angles, and you have to figure out, you multiply the number of sides minus 2 times 180 to get your total number of degrees. And this one here, when you're dealing with the external angles, you always add them up and set them equal to 360, okay? Now there's another type of problem here. It basically says, okay, look, if I have a regular polygon now, okay, look, I come over here, regular polygon. This is a term you will see. Regular polygon means all sides equal and all angles equal. So if I have a regular polygon, the interior angle, internal angle equals 170 degrees. Now, I want to know how many sides are in this polygon. Now, if you'll remember here, once again, if I draw this picture here, at any point, I have an intersection here. Just like over here, see, I have an internal angle and an external angle. So if I come in here and say the internal angle is 170, then the external angle is 10, because 170 plus 10 equals 180. Now, and it's really easy to determine the number of sides, because all I have to do is take 360, which is the total number of degrees in the external angles, and divide by the number of degrees in each angle, which is 10, and I get 36. So this polygon, which has an internal angle of size 170, has 36 sides. So that's another type of problem that you can look at. So I'll go ahead once again, pause this if you have to look at this. I'll go ahead and stop sharing here. And if you'll look, we're going to, this week, we're doing parts 1 through 5 in chapter 6. So Friday, the assignment for Friday is the mid-chapter review. So as always, if you have questions, if you don't understand how to do something, send me an email. It's the best way, because I will notice the email. If you put something in OneNote here, I might not look at it until I get back in tomorrow. So hope you're all feeling well, and I'll see you tomorrow.